up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ada Noel, and today I have a really fun video for you guys. Today we're going to be reading Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit because I've been obsessed with them. I've been watching videos on them, putting in my 2 cents, reading some of them, like wow, this is literally insane. So I decided why not make a video about it and put in my 2 cents as I do anyway. So yeah, I'm using the website Refinery29 because they have an article called The Most Outrageous Stories on Reddit, Am I the Asshole? And so I was like, might as well just read. I'll put the link in my description box if you guys want to read all of them because there's 16. I'm only going to read like 3 or 4, so we'll see how this goes. So the first one is called The Pasta Sauce. Okay, this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I've always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would make spaghetti different from the rest of the house. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on the noodles, but not an overpowering flavor. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate the spaghetti from the families after putting the sauce on, and then he would rinse the sauce off in the sink with a strainer. I love noodles like this, as it's a nice, subtle tomato vibe given to a mild spaghetti. So the person whose story this is, by the way, they're 20 years old, okay? So it says, my boyfriend, who's 26 years old, has known about this since we first started dating. He always told me that my food habits were cute. We have been dating for almost 3 years now, and I moved in with him at the beginning of the pandemic so we could be in lockdown together. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted of taking charge of cooking and all cooking related tasks, dishes, grocery shopping, etc. And he assigned me the role of cleaning the bulk of the apartment. We split tasks pretty much 50-50. This was until last week when we had spaghetti. We ate and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me, saying that, really like your pasta with an essence of tomato, or how was your tomato essence? Always using the quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and I asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles. He started laughing. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the whole truth while smirking. He said, I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I've been making them the way you requested. Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed that if I didn't notice for this long, then it shouldn't matter if he's making dinner in a different way that's easier for him. I disagree entirely. I think the lying was a huge breach of trust. Okay. And so was the refusal to make the dinner how I wanted. I have admittedly been acting passive-aggressive to him since, and he thinks that he did nothing wrong. Am I overreacting? And should I let it go? Am I the asshole? Okay. So I wouldn't classify myself as a picky eater personally, but I think you are the asshole. I think you're overreacting because if you've been eating it this way the entire time and you haven't noticed until he told you, then this whole thing about liking your spaghetti noodles a certain way is totally psychological. Because if you've been eating them with no pasta sauce this whole time and you wouldn't have known unless he said something, then you shouldn't be mad, because it's like, why is he gonna go to the store, waste money on a thing of sauce, pour the sauce on, and then rinse the sauce off? Like, that's stupid. I think that's stupid. I think that you are the asshole. Sorry to all the picky eaters out there, but that's my opinion. I think you are the asshole. Moving on. The next one's called The Performance Review. I, 33 male, share 1 child, 6 female, with my wife, 36 female. She has another daughter, 13 female, that lives with us full time. We also have custody of our niece, 15 female. The teens are each other's best friends, and they share a large bedroom, which was done at their request. The dynamic here is pretty much mom and the youngest against the teens, with me being the referee between everyone. My wife has taught the youngest that she can blame others for her actions, avoid consequences. If she just says the word, one of the teens will get punished without question. There's no doubt she's my wife's favorite. I love her, but she's becoming nothing more than an entitled brat. Okay, here's an example. My wife and I had an appointment where we both needed to attend. When we came back, it was apparent that the pool had been used. They're not allowed to swim when we are not home. As the youngest divulged, she said, Mommy, I was in my room coloring. I never went swimming. The teen said that was not true. She had gone swimming as well. Only the teens were punished, and my wife refused to give the youngest any type of consequence. I later found her wet swimming suit hidden in the garage. My wife and I argued, and I felt strongly that she needed to not only be punished for swimming, but also for lying. After a relentless disagreement, I was silenced as she gave the youngest a very minimal consequence. The lying, blaming, and favoritism ultimately caused the teens to act out, understandably. Most of their consequences are done by given chores, specifically the chores that the 6-year-old has. Or, as a recent consequence, they are removed from their music lessons. That's okay. I believe they're so frustrated that they don't even care when they verbally attack their mother after her unfair treatment towards them. After all, they already get blamed and punished for things that they don't even do. From my perspective, lashing out gives them a release. We've had countless tiring arguments, but she does not see her faults. I decided to write her a performative review as SAHM. Her areas in need of improvement, well, it was a lot. But I touched on how she needs to listen better, stop being biased, be fair in all her decisions, and stop making rash decisions without talking to all 3 kids and taking them into consideration. I recommended her to give each child the same amount of one-on-one alone time to speak or just to be with one another. So it wouldn't entirely be a slap to the face. I gave her accolades on her strong points for other areas aside from parenting. I guess I felt this would work best because I could organize my thoughts on paper without her interjecting. However, it quickly backfired in my face. Yikes. She was quiet for the first hour after I handed it to her. Then she completely exploded on me and said, if we're going to do this type of stuff, she'll get a private bank account and she'll take half of my paycheck every week until further notice. She further said that the review was abusive and manipulative and, most importantly, sexist. Am I the asshole? Okay, I gotta think about this for a second. Okay, I think that he should tell her that he should be in charge of punishments now. Because the thing is, if she's being biased, clearly, right, and she doesn't take everyone into consideration when she's, like giving out consequences and stuff, I think that he should be in charge. But I think that she's overreacting, and maybe their marriage is just falling apart, honestly. Because why would you argue back and forth about parenting as if it's you against the other when it's supposed to be you guys together parenting? You know what I mean? Like, it should be you guys against the problem, not you guys against each other. So maybe there's something going on there in between their marriage. But personally, I think that he should be in charge of the consequences, or he should just start giving the little one consequences on his own. Just be like, well, I don't have a say when it comes to giving the teenagers consequences, so I'm gonna get the little one consequences. Like what? So I don't think he's the asshole. I think the wife is, for sure, and the little girl, because you know what you're doing. You're 6. You know what you're doing by now. The hell. So the next one's called The Wedding Singer. This one's kind of short. I just got married last week. My wife and I are both in our 30s. I am Mexican and she's American, but we both grew up in the US and both of our families know both languages. Aww. My wife planned every bit of the wedding and was very controlling, and she was a nervous bride. But alright, I get it. She was stressed. During the reception, I went to the band and asked them to play a song for me to sing to my new wife. It was Te Amare by Miguel Bose. Hopefully I said that right, sorry. It was a song from our first date in a really bad Mexican restaurant, so it became a long-standing joke between us. The guests really loved the song. My mother-in-law cried and told me it was beautiful. My bride seemed upset. I asked her what was wrong. She said that I'm an asshole for taking the spotlight to enforce my ethnicity and not just let the band sing the song for us. Am I the asshole? Alright, she's doing entirely too much. She's not she could have sang a song if she wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, if she sang a song for him, right? Because she can speak Spanish too, apparently, right? If she sang the song for him, you think he would react that way? You think he'd be like, oh, why are you trying to, act like you're more Spanish than me? Like, obviously not. What are these stories? I don't think he's the asshole. I think she's the asshole. Okay, last one for today. It's called The Lasagna Thief. Okay. My girlfriend and I are both college students, and she lives in an apartment on her own, and I live with my parents. On Sunday, my girlfriend made homemade lasagna for our first date night. She made everything from scratch, including the noodles. It was really good. So after we finished it, I asked if I could take some home for my family to try? She said yes. When I left that night, I took the tray of lasagna with me, and my girlfriend didn't walk me out, so she didn't see me take the tray. On Monday, I got a text from my girlfriend asking where her lasagna was. I told her I had taken it home for my family, and she said, I thought you were going to take some, not the whole thing. Okay, wait, did he say that before? Did he say some? He did say the whole thing. Like, he said, can I take the lasagna? So, like, you know, I mean, maybe just like a little miscommunication there. I don't know. I spent most of my food budget for the week on the intention to eat the leftovers for the rest of the week. Now, I don't know what I'm going to eat. I felt bad and apologized and pointed out that I had asked her if I could take it home, and she didn't tell me that I couldn't take the whole thing. She said it should have been obvious that I shouldn't take the whole thing since the tray was so big. To be fair to her, it was a really big tray. My family is a family of 5. They finished the whole thing yesterday after eating it for 2 nights. I don't think the size of the tray makes it obvious that I shouldn't take it, which he's kind of right, I guess. Monday night and last night, my girlfriend complained that she had to eat instant noodles for dinner so that she wouldn't blow her food budget. Today, she's asking me if I can buy her a sandwich since I took her leftovers for the week. It sucks that she spent her food budget on the lasagna, but I think it's her fault for not being clear that I shouldn't have took the whole thing. I don't think she's justified for asking me to buy her lunch because of it. She called me an asshole for not being willing to help her out. Am I the asshole? Yes. Okay, at first I was on your side. Because, you know, like, I guess, like, she shouldn't have overreacted that way. However, she lives by herself in an apartment. First of all, it's probably really hard for her because, you know, like, it's probably really hard for her because she has to manage her money a certain way, and she probably, like, bought all that stuff to make the lasagna. It costed a lot of money, you know what I mean? Like, I think he should have been a little bit considerate. Also because if his family of 5 was able to eat that lasagna for 2 nights, he could have took enough for them to eat for 1 night. Like, he didn't have to do it for the 2 nights. Like, she could have had that other night, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that him not wanting to buy her lunch, even if you didn't take her lasagna, if it was like a regular schmegular day, right, and she says to you, hey, can you buy me lunch today? I mean, she is your girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like, you could buy her a sandwich. Let's be real. You could. Like, I think you're the asshole. I mean, at the beginning it was her because she kind of was overreacting, but honestly, I think it's just you. You need to be more considerate. You need to really think about things before you do them, and you need to take her kindness into consideration as she spent all that money to make a lasagna from scratch. She, like, rolled out the dough and made the pasta. I don't even know if I made pasta, but whatever. She got the money, she put in the time to make all that food that you and your family ate the hell up, and you wouldn't even buy her a sandwich? You're the asshole. That's it. You're the asshole. I'm sorry, boo. You're the asshole for real. Okay, so that's the one we're gonna end on today. That one I'm pretty sure was the 4th one, right? Oh, that was 5. Okay. So there are 16, like I said at the beginning. I will make separate parts and I'll read all of them. Honestly, I'll react to all of them. I'll put my 2 cents because that's what I do best. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye.